There are hospitals where people can hear the thoughts of coma patients. When this technology was first invented, it came with caveats. The first was that the machine only worked on a random handful of coma patients. This angered many heartbroken family members who'd excitedly waited for the technology. The second was that the mind-scanning devices were not powered by electricity, but some proprietary secret. Despite its exclusive, mysterious nature, this new technology yielded incredible results. Entire thoughts of a select few comatose were broadcast to their loved ones. Nostalgic memories, song lyrics, and philosophical ruminations were streamed right from their brains into speakers, bringing closure to loved ones. As an orderly at one of the few hospitals using this tech, I grew curious. Dr. Wincott, the neuroscientist in charge of the coma projection unit, was tight-lipped, and we were under strict orders never to pry for more info. If patients were a viable candidate for coma projection, we'd project their thoughts. But what about the rejected candidates? What would happen if the scanner was used on this majority? Surely it couldn't worsen their situation if they're already in a long-term coma. One day, my curiosity got the better of me. While doing my rounds, I snuck into the coma ward. I entered the room of one of the rejected coma patients, Mrs. Flowers, a middle-aged woman in a coma for 3 years after being struck by a cyclist. Despite her long stay, she looked peaceful. Nothing could have prepared me for what I heard from the speakers when I turned the mind scanner on. Howling, agonized, unrelenting screams. Minutes upon minutes of screaming. The sound was so guttural, I nearly collapsed as Mrs. Flowers' comatose cries reverberated around the room. By the time I switched it off, Dr. Wincott had already been summoned by the cacophony. "What the hell?" I sputtered to him in the doorway. "Those were her screams. She's conscious and suffering." I pointed to her, motionless in bed. "That's why it's better not to use the device on most," Dr. Wincott answered emotionlessly. "Some people are peaceful in comas. Their families pay top dollar to hear their thoughts. But most long-term patients are like Mrs. Flowers." "Then why not pull the plug? Raise the alarm about what they're experiencing?" Dr. Wincott just cackled, motioning to the scanner. "What do you think is powering the tech in the first place? It's those screams. I'd learned too much. As I tried to flee the building, I felt the sharp push of Dr. Wincott's hands against my back. I tumbled down that flight of stairs and straight into the coma I'm in now. Within my comatose mind, I repeat this story to myself, again and again, on loop, hoping someone uses the device on me and learns the truth. If you're hearing this, please blow the whistle on Dr. Wincott and coma projection. If you're not, then it won't be long until I'm screaming too.